again. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Hot Stove Media, and today I am finally back. Today I'm going to be making a video about changes coming to my channel and my upload frequency, as well as talking about some moves made by the Phillies over this past month. So I apologize for being gone for so long. I think my last video I made was like 2 months ago in mid-December, and I said, hey, I'm not going to be gone for like another month, because remember, I took like a month between early November and mid-December, and I said I wasn't going to be taking another long leave of absence from my channel, but sure enough, I took another 2 months off. I have just been tremendously busy with, things going on in my life. I mean, college has just been a lot of work, and if you haven't figured it out already, college is a lot more work than high school. So it's been, definitely a big adjustment. So I just had a lot going on in my life. Now, guys, before we get into this video, please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on that notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So I believe about 2 weeks ago, I went on Home Baby Baseball for a 2023 Phillies preview, the Phillies season preview. So this is actually my first video here in 2023. So I can't believe I've never gone on such a long stretch without making a video since running this channel. And last month, I actually celebrated my 4-year anniversary here at Phillies Hot Stove Media. It is hard to believe 4 years of running this account, running this channel. And I'd like to thank everybody along the way, who has watched these videos, who has supported me. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much. It does not go unnoticed. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. So today I'm here to talk about changes coming to my channel. If you're not familiar, from around June of 2019, I had not missed recapping a Phillies regular season or postseason game. I have not missed one. I have not missed one. So that's a period of almost 4 years now. Now, of course, if you do factor in the shortened 60-game season in 2020, but to two 162-game sprints, 21 and 22, and if you count about 100 games in 2019, of course, and once again the 60 in 2020, not miss one regular season game. Also, if you factor in the postseason run made by the Phillies all the way up to Game 6, I have not missed recapping one game. But my life has just gotten a lot more busy, ladies and gentlemen, and I think a lot of these things that kind of go unnoticed behind the scenes of, getting all the equipment out, recording the video, editing the video, even doing the stuff post-upload, with sending it out on Twitter and, putting up the Instagram story. It is a lot of work. And if you're not aware, I do not make any money off of my channel. I never publicly came out and said it. This is 100% volunteer. I do not get any proceeds off of my channel, nor do I really want any proceeds off of my channel. I've always done this for fun. It's been a hobby of mine. It's been an interest of mine. My life has just gotten so much busier over this last year. It's just gotten so much busier. I'm in college now. I mean, my life is a lot different than it was before. So therefore, I'm officially announcing now I'm not going to be doing every single game anymore. And it's a tough announcement to make. And I understand a lot of people are going to be upset by that. I mean, I'm even upset by that. I'd love to keep doing it, but I don't have the time anymore, ladies and gentlemen. So I have a really good compromise I think a lot of you are going to like. I am going to be recapping every homestand / road trip. So at the end of every homestand, at the end of every road trip, I'm going to be making a recap of how that road trip / homestand went. And I think that's a great compromise. It's going to fluctuate. Sometimes it may be 9 games. Sometimes it may be 7 games. It's going to fluctuate. And even sometimes you have short homestands. Sometimes you have a 3-game homestand. Sometimes you have a 3-game road trip. So it's going to fluctuate, but at the end of every homestand, at the end of every road trip, I am going to be making a video. So you're still going to be seeing me, but I just don't have the time to do this every single day anymore. And I hope you guys can understand that. And again, for those of you who are upset about this, I apologize, but I have to do what's best for me. This is pretty much all I can handle. And I think a lot of you maybe have seen this coming. I've just been tremendously busy with other things going on in my life, and this is still a really big part of my life, and it's been such a big building block in my life, and I've really loved every second of this. It's been a lot of hard work over these last 4 years, a lot of just dumping my blood, sweat, and tears into this, and interacting with other people around the community. There's so many awesome people. that I've been able to meet, and also my watchers, and like you guys, thank you all so much for your support. There's just so many people that have my back, and I couldn't thank you enough. If you don't watch a lot, if you do watch a lot, anybody, thank you so much for being here and supporting Phillies Hot Media. I say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I've been meaning to make this announcement for a while now. Over these last few months, I've been deciding on what I wanted to do. I didn't want to walk away completely. I didn't want to end this. I did have some thoughts about possibly doing that. I said, I still want to have this in my life. I considered maybe doing it once a week, but I think the best compromise is making a video at the end of every homestand and at the end of every road trip. So that way I could recap that instead. So that's going to be more of a broad video. I'm not sure what's going to be happening with the spring training schedule. I'm probably not going to be making a ton of videos during spring training, simply because it's spring training. Of course, we're kind of officially in baseball season. Of course, pitchers and catchers do report this week. Of course, the Super Bowl just ended yesterday. Oh my gosh, the Eagles and the Chiefs. Of course, the Eagles did lose the Super Bowl to the Chiefs. That was one of the most rigged games I've ever seen in my entire life. The refereeing was absolutely abysmal. The fact they were able to go back and challenge a call that happened 2 plays ago. I'm like, oh my gosh, what in the world? That's totally against the rules. Totally against the rules. And as somebody said, Andy Reid, and if there's one thing that Andy Reid is good at, it's making sure the Eagles don't win a Super Bowl. So the Union, I'm not a Union fan at all, but of course they lost in their championship. The Phillies lose the World Series, and now the Eagles lose the Super Bowl. So kind of a tough pill to swallow for a lot of Philly sport fans. Kind of frustrating. Of course, we'll see what happens with the Sixers. But man, that is painful. And the Eagles should have won that game. The Eagles should have won that game. But of course, they just didn't show up in the second half, and that's something you saw a lot during the regular season. They just couldn't show up in the second half. And Jalen Hurts, he still had a pretty good game. But Patrick Mahomes, he went off in the second half. He went off in the second half, and that's what Patrick Mahomes could do. He's an absolute beast. He's an absolute beast. So congratulations to Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes on winning the Super Bowl. But disappointing from the Eagles' perspective. It's frustrating because I think the Eagles could have won. They could have and should have won that game. But this is not Eagles hot stove. Of course, if you're not familiar, I actually did have an Eagles hot stove for 1 year. But last month, and of course, this was right after the New Year, the Phillies did go out and acquire left-handed pitcher Gregory Soto and Cody Clemens from the Detroit Tigers in exchange for Nick Maton, Matt Vierling, and Donnie Sands. This was an absolute steal, and now you just really have solidified the back end of the bullpen. The only thing I'm really concerned about is our middle relief, and this is something I brought up on Hum Baby Baseball when I went on his show 2 weeks ago, and I said that I'm really not overly pleased with the strength of our middle relievers, because honestly, when we lost Zach Eflin in the free agency, that was smart of Dave Dombrowski not to go on a limb and overpay for him. I like Zach Eflin. I like Zach Eflin. I think he's a really good middle reliever, but the Tampa Bay Rays overpaid. The Tampa Bay Rays overpaid, and I never would have given him what he got. Just totally an overpay. Of course, Kyle Gibson, how in the world could you justify bringing that guy back? How awful he was. Of course, he went to the Baltimore Orioles. Noah Syndergaard signed a 1-year deal with the LA Dodgers. So a lot of these guys that were coming out of our bullpen middle relief towards the end of the season are all gone. And Bailey Falter's still at that number 5 spot in the rotation. I don't know. I thought they were going to go out and get a number 5 starter, a legit number 5 starter, but you could put Bailey Falter back in the bullpen, in that middle relief role. So I think now, I said this on Home Baby Baseball. I said I think that now you're probably going to see names like Micah Bell, especially Micah Bell, but even like Andrew Painter, possibly getting some time there. I like to see them in that number 5 starter rotation to have Bailey Falter go back to the bullpen. We'll see what happens in spring training, but that's the biggest weak point. And not having Harp ready for the season really, really stings. It is not a good feeling. It's so disappointing. But you know what? We got Trey Turner. We got him. And that is a huge addition. He's the best shortstop in baseball. Was ranked the best shortstop in baseball. Of course, my man JT was ranked the best catcher in baseball, BCIB. I love to see that. And I think Nick Castellanos, I think you're going to see him bounce back. I think you're going to see him bounce back. I don't know if you're familiar. You saw some reports that maybe he was battling an injury last season. And it makes sense because it said that it was around early May. If you all remember, and I think a lot of people are not going to remember this, but he had a great month of April. He's never been the kind of guy that gets on base. Even in 2021 with the Reds, even in that really, really strong 2021 campaign he had with the Cincinnati Reds, he has never really been an on-base guy. But in the month of April last year, he was very productive. And then in May, until we lost Game 6 of the World Series, he was not there at all. He was terrible. He was absolutely horrible, so we really need him to bounce back, and I think we're going to see him bounce back. I mean, it's second year now in Philly. Hopefully that Ben Simmons curse doesn't haunt him too much. Of course, that's just more of a joke than anything. We got Brandon Marsh out there in center, of course. And now it's all on him now. I mean, of course, after trading away Matt Fearing, now you don't really have that option of doing that, that righty-lefty platoon out there. Of course, Kyle Schwarber out left field. He's always been notoriously known for being a slow starter. So I think as the season goes on, he just gets hotter and hotter. Of course, in the month of June, he's absolutely insane. I mean, he's won NL Player of the Month in the month of June, back-to-back years, 21 and 22. 46 home runs he hit last year to lead the National League. I mean, we haven't seen, Philly hit that many home runs since Ryan Howard did. So that was just absolutely crazy. So, I mean, hopefully Rhys Hoskins can have like a Rhys Hoskins year, like 250 or so, 245, 250 with around 30 tanks. I mean, hopefully he could prove in that defense a little bit. But man, oh man, I am so glad to have Trea Turner at that shortstop spot. I mean, every time like I'm down about Bryce Harper not, being there in the first, for the majority of the first half, because he's going to miss the majority of the first half, recovering from that Tommy John surgery. So with him, being gone, I think about Trea Turner, and it makes me feel so much better. It makes me feel so much better. And I was complaining to somebody recently about, Harp not being ready for the second half, and they said to me, hey, stop complaining. I mean, we'd rather have him not be there in the second half, towards the tail end of the season, or have him be gone like he's going to be, for the majority of the first half of the season. And that's a great plan. I'd much rather have him be gone the majority of the first half of the season, simply because it doesn't mean as much. It's going to be nice to have him back when, we're playing like really, truly meaningful baseball. Of course, every single game is a meaningful game to a certain extent. But you all know, I mean, baseball towards the, latter end of the year becomes more and more meaningful by the day. It becomes more and more meaningful by the day. So pitchers and catchers report this week, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. We are here in the first exhibition game. Starts in roughly 12 days, as the Phillies have a split squad on Saturday the 25th. That's not this upcoming Saturday, but it's the Saturday to follow. And the Phillies have a split squad as they travel to Publix Field to play the Detroit Tigers. And then they are home at Baycare Ballpark to play the New York Yankees. So I'm very excited. I'm really, really hyped for baseball. Of course, as I said, football is officially over now, obviously, so that's great. So now the attention will all be on baseball. Of course, spring training really isn't all that exciting, but I'm really excited to see Trea Turner in a Phillies uniform. That's going to be fun to see. And as I said, I'm looking for Nick Castellanos to bounce back. I am looking for this guy to bounce back, and we really need another guy to step up. I mean, it's nice to have Trea Turner. It's great to have Trea Turner, but we need Nick Castellanos to bounce back to kind of help carry that load for Harp's absence. And Harp, he's gonna want to rush himself back, and before he can even fully heal. So of course I really want him back as soon as possible, but we got to make sure that he is fully healed. We do not want to risk a long-term injury with rushing him back to the field. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I'm glad I got this announcement out of the way, and let me know in the comments. I mean, what do you think? Do you have any other recommendations? If you're upset to hear this news, I'm sorry, but I think this is a really good compromise. So, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm going to be making a video within the next couple weeks or so. I think one of the reasons as to why I was so inactive this offseason is just because I needed a break. When you grind every day for 6 months straight, it's fun and everything, but it's a lot of work, and you just need time to yourself. And not only that, but I've just been so busy doing so many other things. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on that notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section at Phillies Media, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at Media. Call or text 267-225-3392. Email me, philliesmedia@gmail.com. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I am Luke, and I will talk to you later. Let's go, Phillies. See you guys.